Guys, today I would like to talk about a serious epidemic that is sweeping the nation and jeopardizing the future of cattle and small legs everywhere. Of course, if you haven't heard, I am talking about sick calves. Okay, not that kind of calf. These kind of calves. Dang, now how do I get me some calves like that? So shouts out to PBR fan on Body Space for hitting me up and asking me to talk a little bit about calves and calf trading. So for whatever reason, it seems like a lot of people struggle when it comes to the calf department. Whether it's, I don't think I'm exercising them correctly, how often should I exercise them, am I doing it enough, or am I even doing it correctly? You know, what's the proper technique, what's the proper form? Just seems like a pretty common complaint when it comes to leg training or training in general. So here's what I've been doing to build up my calves. Okay, before we start, minor disclaimer. Minor disclaimer. I'm going to put it right here. Boom. There it is. Minor disclaimer. So for me, calves and legs have never really been a weak point. They've always actually been one of my stronger body parts. I've always been athletic and stuff, and, genetics definitely play a part. So I guess size isn't really my issue when we're talking about calves. But I definitely want to bring out sort of the definition, I guess, of the muscle groups down there. So that's what I've been working on. Alright, quick anatomy lesson. So, when people say they're hitting calves, they're talking about two major muscles. The gastrocnemius is the larger calf muscle. It's the quote-unquote the showy muscle, or as I like to call it, the Michael Jackson muscle, forming the bulge visible beneath the skin. It's that two-headed muscle you can see underneath the skin of your leg. And the other muscle, the soleus, is a smaller, flat muscle that lies underneath the gastrocnemius muscle. Now, calves are plantar flexors, so you really want to focus on that pointing the toe movement. So think of a ballerina when she's up on her toes. Or a guy. It's 2013. I'm sure there are guy ballerinas out there. But really focus on that, pointing the toe down movement versus sort of moving your ankle, if that makes sense. Now, a trick I like to use when training my calves is sort of pretend that your knees and ankles are being pulled together kind of by like a magnet or something. And this really forces your legs to adopt that sort of pointed toe movement versus what I see a lot of people doing is sort of like rolling their ankles. And it becomes more of like an ankle exercise versus that sort of calf. You really want to get that full range of motion. Point that toe, get that full range of motion. So your calves are very quick recovering muscle groups. So I like to hit them or try to hit them twice a week. Preferably on a non-leg day, because on leg days I usually like to focus on, quads or hamstrings, and they're sort of getting worked indirectly anyways. Even when I'm doing cardio sometimes, if you're on an incline, your calves are always working. So directly I like to train them twice a week, preferably on a non-leg day. So here's what I do, and here's some tricks you should definitely try. I do one of two things. I either superset calf exercises, or do one exercise, but instead of resting, I do sort of an active rest period. Example number one. I like to superset exercises. I will superset an exercise that targets the gastrocnemius. So these are going to be your standing calf presses, standing calf machine, or just standing, body weight calf raises or one-legged raises on the stairs. And I'll superset that with an exercise that targets the soleus. So these are going to be your seated or bent knee calf raises, seated calf press. Now your ankle is a pretty delicate area, and I see a lot of guys in the gym just sit on that seated calf press machine and load that thing up with weight and sort of do half-ass reps. And for me, I think you get better results if you focus on volume, going not too heavy but getting a lot of reps in, and really focusing on that full pointed toe contraction. So, example, one thing I'll do is I'll start doing standing calf presses. I'll do maybe 4 sets of 20 with a moderate weight, really focus on getting that form down, and then I'll jump right onto the seated calf press, maybe do 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps. I like to go a little heavier on the seated press, and I'll just do super slow and controlled movements, really again focusing on that pointed toe contraction, going super slow and getting that really, really deep burn right in the soleus. And trust me, if you do it correctly and you pay attention to form, check your ego at the door and make sure you're doing weights that you can do in 20 or 15 reps. Do them slow and controlled. I guarantee you'll start feeling that burn, for sure. So, another thing I do if I'm sort of pressed for time is I'll just do one calf exercise, but instead of resting between sets, I'll be doing sort of an active rest. Example, I'll be on the leg press machine. I'll probably do 4 sets of 20, pretty light to moderate weight. Again, focusing on that full contraction. But instead of resting 60 seconds between sets, I will hop up and just do body weight calf raises for 30 to 45 seconds. Give me that like 10 seconds just to gather my breath, get back on the leg press machine, and keep going. So really, no standing around kind of rest. You're always doing something with your calves. It might seem simple, and it is. It's just basic movements, but if you do it right and you just nonstop going, prepare for a burn like you've never felt before. Seriously. Body weight exercises in general are nothing to laugh at. They're actually pretty effective. Try doing one-legged calf raises on the stairs and see how many you can do with proper form, mind you. So that's just what's worked for me, and I've made pretty good progress so far. Just, again, the keys, I think, are 1, full range of motion and that pointed toe contraction. 2, high volume. And 3, a weight that's not going to kill you, but low to moderate weight that you're going to start feeling after maybe 15 reps. You want it to really, you want to start to hit failure, maybe like that 18th, 19th rep. You're really going to want to push those last couple reps. Try out those techniques I told you about. Superset or active rest always seems to work. And again, body weight exercises, man. It's the way to go. Super high volume, just keep it going, 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 keep it going. Energizer Bunny, Energizer Bunny. Boom, spoon, 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 spoon. What is it? What is that song? Hey, what's that J-Lo song when she's when she dumps the shower thing? Yeah. That one, she's a maniac on the floor. So guys, thank you for all your suggestions you've been sending, and definitely stay tuned for more vlogs. Again, send all your nutrition and fitness-related questions to victoriousworkouts@gmail.com. Also, hit me up on BodySpace if you'd like, which is what a lot of people have been doing. Send me a message. My username is Vic1123. Or, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram and get cool pictures of broccoli, you can check me out on Instagram. My username is Vic_Torius. Yo, I got tubs of the stuff, alright? That's all I can take pictures of. And I leave you with the words a very wise, small green man once told me. Do or do not. There is no try. And so, I totally forgot what I was going to say. Yeah.